Well, you guys have been clamoring for this one. And how could I resist? You waited 6 years to see this. So I actually planned to do it last week, but life got in the way. So here we are, finally, at long last, Snezhnaya. I can't resist to stop it and just talk for a minute about the grandiosity of this. And the land of snow, you've got the snowy looking thing, and you got Polina. I'm sorry I don't remember her last name, but look at with the beautiful crown. I have a crown like that. I never get to wear it because it kind of hurts my head, but because it digs right in there, but it was expensive. But anyway, she looks so beautiful, so sparkly, so diamond-like, snow-like, and the grandeur, the grandiosity, well, grandeur I'll say is the better word. So beautiful. Let's just go back a little bit. Here we go. Now we know that this is the land of the power, right? Also the beauty, also, as I understand it, the struggle and some darkness. So we'll see how that comes up. Here we go. Love that accordion. So what is that stringed instrument? You're going to have to tell me that. And of course, they're bringing in now, I feel that sort of Slavic feeling to it too. You're going to have to tell me about that instrument. Let's go back. Sound a bit like the marching boots of the communists' actual Russia, doesn't it? Let's go back a little. Is that a recurring theme that we've heard elsewhere? I'm not sure. But also I was thinking how Russia, the actual Russia is the land of the ballet. That week I was feeling kind of ballet-like. You know, the greatest ballerinas were from not just Russia, but the entire arena out there. Wow, so let's go back a little. So is that a motif or something, guys? I'm just curious. Getting chills here because of the beauty of the voices and the choir there too. Holy moly, we have to hear a little more of that. Wow, gorgeous. Listen to the soaring sounds of the singers here. So now maybe it's moving to another song from the Now that sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. Let me know why. Sort of hear a determination in this. That's what I'm getting out of this, like a determination to make it or something like that. Let's go back just a tad. See that again. What? Look how fast her fingers are moving. That's crazy. How she is an extraordinary. So I can understand why she's such a well-known, such a renowned pianist. Let's go back and watch that. That's unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Was that crazy? Was that so powerful? So powerful. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. I mean, it took you through all the spaces. The power, the grandioseness, the struggle. You had the struggle, the beauty, the majestic. It was majestic. That's all I can say. It was like majestic. And was it worth the wait? I would say a resounding, for me anyway, yes. Holy cow. That was so awesome. I wish I was there live. Oh my goodness. And, oh, shoot. And the land, it's so much resonant with what we kind of know of Russia too. It's like, even though it's not our Russia, but still it's like, even the fact of the people, saying, what did they say there at one point? They said that they felt like they were abandoned by the world, which is, I think, how Russia feels at times, So this was so incredibly powerful, so incredibly wonderful. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Yes. I mean, and I wanted to be that singer, I'd love to have that voice that soars into the heavens, though I'm being told I'm probably a contralto. So, so I might not, but I guess a contralto is a good thing too. But, I guess a contralto is a woman who can sing, in the lower ranges that other women can't necessarily sing in. So, but yes, but I hear that soaring soprano. I'm like, I want to be that, But everybody in the world wants to be a soprano. I would think, who doesn't want to do that? But anyway, oh my goodness, that was so wonderful. And I'm reflecting on it, and it sounded like the meaning of it is like, says we're abandoned by the world. We're going to go off and create our own little world in this darkness, which is kind of like what you think of as the Russian land. All that snow, you got more darkness there, that's why it's so cold, and I was there actually on my honeymoon with my husband. We had a wonderful time all around at that time it was the Soviet bloc. And really all they wanted at the time was to be accepted. They wanted to be accepted into the world and so on and so forth. Like they wanted to let go of the communism and be accepted into the world. By the way, it was a miserable mess with the communism there. I'm not sure the young people understand what communism really is, because people were in bread lines, people, they were so disheartened, they had no belongings whatsoever because all of their money was taken by the government. And then the few rich elite up there got everything. And then the common person has literally nothing. They had quotas they had to fill, like say a farm. So if someone gave them, for instance, if the government gave them a tractor, it would sit out. They'd put it out to rust in the rain, because if they gave too much this year, they would be required to give that every single year. And nobody's ever giving them a chance to get any let's say, like, to improve themselves. You can't, because they just take what you have, and you're still in the same situation. So what was my point here? There was a point in here. So the struggle, that's the struggle. I feel like that's the struggle. I feel like it is telling the Russia story, because that's the struggle. But the grandiosity, the beauty, majesticness, it's always been like that in Russia. The wonderful literature, the wonderful ballet, the wonderful music, just the arts thriving, there's a thriving arts place. And the power, they certainly had the power, and you could hear that. And they've been one of the most powerful countries in the world for a long time. So this really told that story. I'll say that. I mean, I know it's not exactly the same in the game or whatever, but it did really tell that story, I should think. And yeah, so you can feel it. You can feel the heart, the Slavic heart in there too. Some of the sounds and everything. And I love those Slavic areas. We went to Poland as well. We got some of the nesting dolls and the roly-poly kind of dolls. And such beautiful, special memories from being around that whole area. I think probably I had a life there at some point. I don't know if you guys believe in that, but in multiple lives. But it seems like I must have had a life there because I had such a connection to it. So this was fantastic. And really, I mean, I would just say, like, maybe it's time to more accept them, into the world court, because that's all they wanted. And some people are, on this war thing, some people say one thing and some people say another. But there's two sides to every story. And I know that, honestly, there's also in Ukraine some not so good things going on with the biochemical labs and, other things that are not so pretty. So nobody's ever all right and all wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just important for us to all now start to accept each other, right? Just accept each other and just live with each other and live in harmony and peace. So that's all I got to say here for my little message. If you want to hear more of my messages, by the way, you can check out my special playlist there. And that has a lot of good messages on it about this, what I call a shift in consciousness to that place of the love and the peace and the harmony and the brotherhood. So feel free to do that. But okay, I'm going to close off now and send you that beautiful energy, the love, the peace, the joy, the bliss, the fun, the play, the ease, and the brotherhood, all of it. And by the way, also abundance. We all want that, right? That's coming. So that's sending it to you now. Here we go. Namaste. I honor the God in you.